it's Jazzy here from Greenttons with another episode of Resonating with Jazzy. In this video, I'm going to show you how I make a stained glass pendant using holographic nail art stickers. Here's the supplies I used for this video. I'll put a link in my description box below showing where you can purchase each of these items. These stickers were $1.59 a pack, and you get one sheet, and each sheet has 12 little decals on it. The first thing I do is cut the stickers apart because each sticker is going to make one pendant. So now I'm going to mix my first color. I'm going to go in rainbow order, so I'll start with red. And I'll use my UV resin and add about 2 drops and mix it thoroughly, and then I'll fill in the mosaic with about 6 or 7 of the sections with red. And I want to note here that I left the film back of the sticker, so when you see me put the resin on, it's actually being held in place by the clear film that you can't see on the back. Now before I move on to the orange color, you'll see me do a quick cure with the UV lamp. So I cure it for about 5 to 7 seconds just so that the color is set in place and that I don't mess it up and it won't run into the next color. So again, I used a little bit of UV resin and mixed in 2 drops of pigment and then started applying it to about 6 to 7 sections on the mosaic sticker. And I'll do this repeatedly throughout the video. And of course, I'm curing in between each color for a fast cure, as I mentioned before. In the background, you're going to see another decal that I'm working on. I'm actually making 2 at one time, but I'm only filming one of them. So now I'm onto the green color, and I just want to mention here, when you're using UV pigments, make sure you shake the bottle really, really well because the color tends to separate from the solution and it can be really watery. And if the pigment is too watery, when you add it to your resin, it won't cure properly. Now you can use any colors that you want with this project. Another option would be to add a drop of white to each color and then do pastel stained glass, or you can also add some glitter to each mix and that would make it really sparkly. The design ideas are limitless for this project. So now I'm moving on to the last color, which is purple, and I'm going to fill in any of the remaining spaces with the purple resin. So here's what it looks like finished, and when I flip it over, you can see what it's going to look like with the hologram film. Now because I'm making this into a pendant, I want both sides to look really nice, so I'm going to use another sticker and I'm going to apply it on top of the resin that I just put down. These little stickers are really tacky, so you have to be really careful when you apply it because once you put it down, it's stuck. After I apply the second sticker, I trim the edges to make sure both sides are even. Now I'm going to seal the sticker in place with the first coat of resin. Once I have a thin layer applied, I'll go ahead and cure this, and then I'll do the same thing to the back side. But before I do the back side, I have to peel off that clear film. The heat generated from the UV lamp tends to warp the sticker, so what I'm trying to do here is flatten it out and straighten it a little bit while the resin is still a little bit pliable before I put the second layer on the front and the back. Now that I have 2 coats of resin on the front and the back, I'm going to trim the corners down a bit because they're getting a little bit sharp. And then I'll file them smooth. So now it's time to seal the edges with resin. I'm going to coat one edge at a time, and after I coat each edge, then I'll cure it before I do the next one. So Now that the edges have been coated, it's time to clean up the front and the back, so I'm going to put a third layer of resin on the front and the back. Before I put the third layer on the back, I again try to straighten the piece because the heat from the UV lamp is warping it a little bit. So now I'm starting to file both the front and the back to make them really smooth and as flat as I can possibly get them. Once the piece looks white, I know I've gotten all the bumps and ridges out of it, and it's a nice smooth finish. Here I switched to 150 grit sandpaper to make the sanding process go a little quicker. It's really important when you're sanding resin to wear a dust or a particle mask to protect yourself from breathing in the fine particles that are going to be released from the sanding. And also you can see I'm doing it on top of a baby wipe to try to catch as much of the flyaway as possible. And this is why you definitely want to wear a mask. That's a lot of sanding dust. I'm going to wipe the piece down with baby wipes to get all the resin dust off of it, and then I'm going to seal it for the fourth and final time on the front and the back. When I seal the back of the piece, I also add a bail, and then I coat that with the UV resin. This is not on camera though. Here's the completed pendant with the bail and a necklace chain. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and please hit the bell notification so you'll always know when we upload new videos. Thanks for watching!